Hey, what's up, guys? This is Garrett Shackelford with the GuideTech podcast. Today, we're actually here at Whiskey Slough with Hunter. Me and Logan and the rest of the Mallard Bay team came up here on our annual trip, starting an annual trip thing.
For Mallard Bay, it's going to be annual. For you guys, it's been annual. So
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, I think this is my 5th time coming up here, but first time at the new lodge, and it is sick. Hunter, how big is the lodge?
It's 2,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. We've got a upstairs living room, downstairs living room, pretty large kitchen, pretty large dining area. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Actually, we're here on election day, so we plan on having a little party downstairs watching that. Hopefully coming out with a win. And I guess we'll just be crying if we don't. Yeah, go Big Red. But yeah, Logan, how's your trip been since this is your first time here?
I've loved it, honestly. I'll just
take
laugh
the mic.
at the mic.
Take the mic.
Oh, you're saying take the mic. I've been to quite a few lodges, but honestly none this nice because I didn't really have any. I actually had high expectations.
Of course you did.
Because we've been hyping it up on the podcast for a while. But honestly, just to see what you've got out here, 25 acres, a shop, like we're in our own room, basically, with our own house downstairs in the basement. And honestly, the hunting's been fun. And it's not really about killing birds, right? We're killing some, but it's honestly just been a good time. We've killed a shit ton of pheasants. So
Yeah, we did.
I've been pretty pumped about that. Got to use my dog. He's never been pheasant hunting before, so it's been exciting.
Yeah.
You did good. Yeah, no, it's been a battle, honestly. Like this first half of the season for us here at Whiskey Slough, it's been kind of hit or miss. I mean, when it's 60, 70, in a couple days, 80 degrees, it's really hard to consistently shoot ducks. I mean, nobody's going to look at you in the face and say that it's easy to shoot ducks in 80 degrees, but we've been making it work, been having to travel a little bit more than we normally have, but the season's been going pretty well, and we had a pretty good hunt on the Platte the first day. Got to shoot a lot of pheasants afterwards. Today was just a little bit tougher, but it's just good. It's good to just have you guys here. Like it's, we always talk face-to-face kind of on the whole computer thing, and Houston, and
Of course, Richland. No one else knows where that is.
Exactly. And I don't know where that's at. And then me up here in Nebraska, and we always talk, and it's like, that's great and all, but it's great to sit here with y'all and kind of actually be a part of one thing. So it's been a fun trip.
Clients here. Right?
Yeah.
So the clients, we're not the technical clients that are here, and the clients have actually been doing really well. So but they're nowhere near here.
Our clients have been driving actually about 2 hours a hunt. 2 hours in the morning. We've only been driving a shorter ways, and clients have been shooting really well. They've been having some really good days. So,
yeah, we were sitting at the dinner table last night, and you were kind of like right behind us. And there's another outfitter here. He's in Georgia, Salt Log Outfitters, a deer and hog outfit, about 20,000 acres or so. And like to hear him talk about not only the experience of booking with Mallard Bay through you guys and GuideTech, but to hear him talk about like what he's experiencing here, with you kind of like right behind him, it kind of just made it all come together full circle. Like it's like, yeah, they really are running a first class experience here. You can't get this anywhere else in Nebraska, much less some other places.
yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate you saying that. It's been a blast. So this is our first year doing doubles. We're running 500 clients or something like that for waterfowl. I mean, we're running a lot of guys, and new lodge, new year, doubles, new pheasants. All of this is uncertain.
Right.
We were very comfortable from the last couple of years doing singles and just waterfowl, but with pheasants coming into the picture, it's not. Pheasants, doubles, new law. I mean, none of this is exactly easy, I should say.
Right.
But no, it means a lot to hear you guys say that, and it's a good thing too. These clients that we have in, they are amazing clients. I mean, these guys are down to earth. They love to hunt. They love to do everything with the outdoors, and they're here for a good time, which it's always great when your clients are here for a good time, because that means you guys can everybody can really enjoy themselves and kind of feel that whole community environment. Actually, funny story that I remember from as two pheasant groups. It was like a 8-pack of pheasants coming in, and then there's like a mixed group that was a 6-pack. It was like 2, a 3, and a single, and all 14 of them had a fantastic experience. We actually posted a picture on Instagram, all kind of lined up in front of the lodge. all 14 are booking a hunt for the next year as themselves, as them as a group now.
Whoa.
Wow.
People who just met, they came through the whole trip with us, and now they're rebooking for the next hunt all together
All together.
as a group of 14.
That's
what
really
this is
cool.
about, right?
That's
Like, if
awesome.
you can't-
People from all over the world we brought together that now we're able to come back next year, and it's going to be a blast.
That's super cool.
It's just another one of those dates where we love all clients, right? Everyone who
Right.
comes in is going to be a great time, but some of those repeat clients that you see all the time, those are dates you circle on the calendar, and you're like, well, this is going to be an extra damn good time when
Right.
they come in. So
Right, and I think that's like a testament to being able to build a deeper relationship with the people when they come in, right? So what you look forward more because you've already had a relationship with them, and it's not about them just rebooking. It's just like I thoroughly enjoy being around that person, and now they're coming back, and I get to spend that time with them.
oh yeah, I mean it's like in a way it's like even with you guys getting to see you probably half a dozen times a year, maybe give or take a little bit. It's kind of like that same thing with some of our clients. It's like, no friendship really means more than the other. It's just like, all right, we saw, Jack's group. Now we're off to, Bill's group or whatever. And it's just like getting to see different friends kind of throughout the year. And
nice.
it just makes it that much better because then you just get start talking about their lives and catching up with them, and you catch up. Sometimes they come back a few times a year. Sometimes they come back once a year. Whatever works, but it's like every time it's just like each different group is just a different set of friends that you have to come in. It's like just always chilling with your friends, and it didn't get that point originally. It took a little bit of time for us to kind of develop a client group kind of like that. But
Yeah.
once we got it, I don't know, it just makes outfitting that much better because A, you're meeting new people every day, new clients, but B, you sprinkle in, like for example, good friend of ours, Kent and Brandon, they come out every year for September. You sprinkle them, and it's like, we could go relive all the stories, all the memories, everything.
Yeah.
And the next week, meet a whole new group of guys and start that process. I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think too, like to touch on it more, like on that group that you had, like all those people coming in from different parts of the country and then becoming a friend group and then being able to go and rebook with you now. But I think a lot of outfitters, they get concerned with running doubles in their lodge because you might not have those groups that mesh, or they're just trying to patch together those things. So like, I think that's a great testament. And what would you say to those people of what you've learned so far about mixing groups together in your lodge?
So we've ran 10 doubles, I think, 8 doubles, 8 or 10 doubles. I haven't had any issues with clients not necessarily mingling. Of course, you're going to have the more outspoken and some of the more quiet and whatever.
Sure.
And when that happens, if groups of guys don't completely mingle, that's the best part about our lodge is we have the basement set up for a whole different living experience than the upstairs. And so they kind of separate. They come together for meals and some of that stuff. And they're still all friends. It's just having that extra space for those clients if they want it. It's pretty ideal. But for outfitters who are getting ready to run doubles, again, for most outfitters, just in general, you're not going to please everyone.
Yeah.
You can't. It's really hard to. And if you have 14 people in your lodge, the odds that every single one of them is giddy as can be and happy as all get out with every
Yeah.
single thing and every single aspect and couldn't be happier, unlikely.
Right.
And you got to take your success where you can get it. And then if someone's not as happy, do your best to make them happy. And at the end of the day, if the absolute best you can do is not enough for, say, a single or a smaller group or even a whole group of the doubles, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Do your best and move on.
I think, Hunter really does practice what he preaches because he's used the same tactics that he talks about when it comes to communication, getting the little things right. Well, we're not paying clients necessarily, like we're here to have fun, right? And we're getting the same treatment that clients get and having the same amount of fun because that's what it's all about, right? Like you were talking about where we were going to hunt this morning, and you said, "Hey, like it might not work out. Like this is where it is. This is how the ducks come in. This is what time they're going to come in, and we're gonna do our best. But we don't know if they're going to show up, right? Because of the way the weather's been, and so there's no guarantee on any hunt. But I think you've really appreciated our ability to be like, look, we're just here to hunt. Like it's not about killing birds, right? Like if that was the case, yeah, I'd be like, oh well. We haven't shot a limit every day, so this sucks. But that would just be ignoring. I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is for clients to like actually have a bad experience here. Like some shit really has to go wrong, or they have to come in the wrong mindset.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you guys couldn't have said it better. I mean, we just, even today, like, it does, even, you know, it was so-so. It was whatever, right?
Yeah.
The hunt. But at the end of the day, you know, you guys, your whole group, everybody here, all the guys from Mallard Bay, I felt horrible. I mean, I did. It's just, it is, when you're a guide and you go to a hunt and it doesn't pan out like you
Right.
want it to, no matter if it's your best friends in the world, your family, or your paying clients, or your repeat clients, whoever it is, you're not going to be feeling good about it. But on the flip side, and even for other outfitters, you guys, it's okay. You're going to have
hunting.
these hunts.
Yeah.
You're going to have times where you feel like, you know, sometimes for us, we've had some times here where you feel like literally the ground is suffocating you, because we'll drive 500, 800, 900 miles a day in between 2 vehicles, 3 vehicles, and we will find, you know, minimal access, minimal property. And we'll have to make the best with what we can, and we do. But it's okay to be it's okay, like, you know, if you handle everything else, I'd say this is more of an example of if you control everything past the hunt, every minute that they're not hunting while they're in your lodge, if you can control all that, you'll be all right. I mean, that's probably my best example is if you're not doing good in the hunting for a day, but you do everything else great, it's not a bad day. And you can't beat yourself up over it. Like me and Sam both, we were pretty shaken from the day, but it is what it is. You know, we take our second, we lick our wounds, we get back up, and we're back on the horse ready to go. So, but no, I appreciate you guys saying all that. It's a fun business to be in. It's kind of a whole different world out there. So when you have clients even like you guys here at Mallard Bay, or the clients that are here right now, or even some of those other groups that might not have had the absolute most amazing hunting ever, but are still the happiest people ever, that makes you feel good about doing your job.
Oh, I bet, man. Like, being able to provide an experience outside of the outside of the hunt, I think is literally the most fundamental part of being an outfit or a successful outfitter. I think there's so many that get caught up on what the hunt actually is. But, you know, we've already had people in our group say this was their favorite hunt they've been on, and it was going beyond like killing the birds. It was a camaraderie that was happening. And like really the comfort too, like hunting on that Platte River blind yesterday.
A new environment is everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like I loved hunting today, even though we didn't kill. Like I think hunting just that slough was awesome.
No, yeah, it was super cool, and I mean it was comfortable too. We were like reclining on a hill in the trees, and like people like thoroughly enjoyed that. Like Caleb was like, "Dude, I could lay here for like 3 or 4 more hours. I don't care." Like, no one's in a rush to get out of the field when they're hunting with y'all because it's so comfortable and it's a new environment. I feel like each day I hunt with y'all, like I said, this is my 5th time hunting with y'all, and it's every single day is a different experience when you come here. And I think that is something that is like such a strong suit for y'all, because it's not like, hey, I'm hunting the field every day, or hey, I'm hunting in the timber every single day. It's Platte River, cornfield, some slough, warm water, you name it. Like that's what y'all are able to get them on those experiences.
Yeah, that's why we pride Nebraska a lot, because waterfowl, duck goose, even goose, sometimes even snow goose. I mean, you could see different terrain, different scenery every single day. Like you guys saw the Platte River and the flat of the Platte River Valley and all that area. Then you guys got to go into the beginning of the Sandhills today and see the skinny water. And you obviously get to see the beginning of the Sandhills and what we would call the rolling hills, where you guys hunt pheasants. And then like our other group, they're going to get to see the rolling hills, the Sandhills and Platte River Valley tomorrow morning. You guys, and then they got to see the Sandhills themselves, like the complete Sandhills where you have those water pockets and all that way up north. And I mean, the hunting opportunity up here is different. I mean, there's not a lot of places you can go to where you can say you can come up for 9 hunts and hunt 9 different places in 9 hunts. And we've had a lot of groups who've come up here for 3 times, and it's 9 different places and 9 different days and 9 different hunts. And like, it's just, That's my favorite part about Nebraska is scenery never gets boring. You drive through enough cornfields, you're going to be like, oh, it's just corn again, right? But
There's a shitload of corn out
There is a lot of
there
corn.
is a shitload of corn up here. But when you get past the shitload of corn and the shitload of beans and the shitload of cows, you can get into rolling hills and sand hills and the valleys, and you can find some pretty amazing country to hunt. So, but no, it's been great. I mean, I wouldn't change it. I like that we're all up here having a great time and able to just
make it colder.
yeah get colder, please.
One question that I have is because it's come up, it's really hard to put clients that don't shoot often on a limit of birds. Like, there's got to be a lot more birds than you would typically expect than people that are dropping, several out of a single group. And I'm not just trying to tout our own shooting capabilities, which is fun, right?
Yeah.
But we had, 12 come in and we got 11 on the first day, right? Like, that's fun. But how hard is it to put clients in a place to succeed whenever, sometimes they can't shoot that often?
I would say it depends on the client group, but like we've had a couple in this year that weren't the best shots, but they understood that.
Yeah.
A lot of times, for most outfitters, I will say, a lot of your clients that come in that aren't the best shots, they're the ones that are truly here for the experience. We shot, I think we had a hunt one day where we really easily could have killed a limit of ducks, a 4-man limit, and we shot like 10, I think, 10 or 12. But we shot mallards, like triple curl, quad curl, greenheads, and them boys were as happy as, I mean, they were like jumping up and down, taking the photo of them with each one of them held up their greenhead for the photo, and they were just, I mean, ear to ear smiles. I mean, you couldn't have been happier. And like we were talking back at the lodge, well, if we shot better, we easily could have shot our limit, like they knew, but they didn't care. And like, if you have clients that are like that, and you could have had a better hunt, and you don't because of the shooting, and they know that, and all that's understood and okay, good. If you have clients that are upset because you didn't put more birds in front of their face before, or because they couldn't hit as many, you have to, again, do what's best. Do as best as you can for your scenario. I mean, like, for example, I can't hunt you on the Platte till noon because you can't hit a duck. Like, I cannot burn the property for the rest of the week because of this one hunt. So you have to draw the line somewhere. But it's more of a respectful thing. It's more of, hey, guys, we've had a great hunt this morning. We're going to go on ahead and wrap it up. Oh, there's birds still flying. Well, we have to save this property. We have a rule that we don't hunt it past 9 p.m. or 9 a.m., 10 a.m. So it is what it is. But with those guys that can't shoot, you just kind of have to make it work.
You have to hope they understand, right?
Most of them do.
I was going to say, I feel like I've been up here taking content and just traveling with the group that you already had booked, and it was just me and Nick, or me, Nick, and Caleb shooting content. And I've never once seen the person that can't shoot get upset, They understand that I have a shortcoming here with my shot, and that's my fault. And I mean, Hunter, like coming on these trips, I've come this time of year, and it be ice on the edge of the Platte. There's snow on the ground. The completely different weather, which is out of y'all's control.
Oh yeah.
But there's a crap ton of birds when that's happening, and I've seen y'all put clients on birds and them not be able to execute. But I've never had clients. I get like a first-hand look too, because you might leave the lodge at night, but I'm still sitting there with them.
Exactly.
I've never once heard a client say something negative, ever.
I've had, we've ran over the last 4 years, probably about 1,500, 2,000 clients, and I can probably count on both my hands. I can count on one of my hands the amount of times a client has pulled me aside. It's 2 times over the last 4 years that a client has pulled me aside and said, hey, this was not good. I did not like this. We are upset. And I can count on both my hands the amount of times that I have heard clients complain, just like make comments in the lodge. It doesn't happen often here. And not to toot our own horn or anything, but it's because of the people we have working around us.
Yeah.
All of our guys are under the same impression that, well, hunt went to shit. All right, we're going to go here. We're going to have dessert. We're going to make extra, we're going to step up the food here even more than we normally do. We're going to like do everything we can here to amplify that experience. We're going to talk to them. We're going to be there. We'll TiVo the game. We'll buy the fights, whatever we got to do, right? We're going to do what we can to make sure that while you're here, no matter what happens, you're going to have a good time.
Right.
And it pays. It does. Logan, you guys too. You guys at Mallard Bay. It can come to you guys. How many calls do you guys get a year about people whining about or upset with us, right?
Oh, none.
No, we use y'all as the example of what
Exactly.
to do, not what not to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like at some point, we kind of realize that what we do is specifically special to us, and we were almost ashamed of it, right? Like, we don't want to be the face, right? We don't want to be like, go do this, go do that, be like us.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to sound cocky and arrogant, because we're not. I truly don't believe that our company is cocky and arrogant. We don't like to go flaunt. When we shoot a stack, I'm not going posting it everywhere like, hey, look at me. It's just another day for us. But getting to be able to, you guys seeing kind of from the outside and seeing the reviews and all the stuff from all of our clients and people like that, we just overall want to do the best we can do here for the clients that we have here. And, that's basically all it's about.
Yeah. Well, I think too, like, on top of that, you've done work to get to that point. Like, it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows, and it's still not. Like, there's things that are out of your control, like the weather. But you've taken control of what you can control, and I'm sure that like that idea of what I can control has grown exponentially from when you started to now, from taking client feedback. Like, you actively, and I know we've talked about this on the podcast, but like, you actively are asking clients for feedback on how you can get better, so that you're not getting the client complaints. You are solving the problem before it even happens. They will tell you bluntly what they think should happen differently, and they've still had a good time. Like, they're not discounting it. They've had a great time. They're just telling you, like, hey, this part could be better, and you're making the adjustment.
Biggest thing is when you get feedback, you just take it on the chin. It's not an offensive thing. If they've had a great time, you sit them down and go, okay, what could be better? And they go, well, this could be better. Don't be offended. Don't be upset. So, you know what? If it's a good idea, say, yeah, it's a good idea. If it's not, say, okay, I understand. Yeah, I can do my best. And like, we send out a client feedback form to every single one of our clients. And if you read those forms, you can kind of get some ideas of what to do to kind of move forward. Right. But also, we kind of work off a pattern. If one client wants a 90-inch plasma hanging from the ceiling in the lodge, and because we only have a 60-inch or whatever, that's a different sell, right?
Right.
You go, well, I want a bigger TV to watch football. Well, that's a little different sell than if 4 clients go, man, I really would like some breakfast options since you guys only do lunch and dinner. So we got a breakfast cart and put all these snack items and all that stuff on there, so in case you needed it.
I enjoyed that. I personally enjoyed the breakfast
I did
cart.
too.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip muffins, my go-to.
Exactly. So having that kind of stuff, like, feedback matters, and it's important to get it, but the most important part is putting your ego in the back seat while you get it. Yeah. You can't be hurt by that, otherwise all you're going to do is hurt yourself.
Nick, how much time do we have? Today we have Nick joining us in the background running the camera. But what up, dude? How much time we have left?
About 10 minutes, I'd guess.
About 10 minutes. All right, cool. Well, I was going to ask, too, on a different amenity that I haven't really heard you talk about, but when I pulled up, I saw it, is the golf course. And maybe you don't talk about it because most of waterfowl season, it's cold.
Yeah.
Snow's on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
But like your early season clients, like, I think that's awesome that they have a golf course.
Yeah, we live about, our lodge is about 200 yards off a golf course. And it's a 9-hole par 3 with a few par 4s. It's a pretty small golf course, but plenty of activity for the afternoon. They got a bar there. They have golf carts. The whole night. You can rent clubs. So if you come up to hunt with us and you don't have clubs, you can rent them. It's very cheap. I mean, it's $25 for 18 holes, I think, or something. I mean, it's cheap, and it's very effective, and it's a great way to spend your afternoon if you come up to hunt, especially in September, October, early November. I guess now we're at maybe mid-November, but like when it's warm like this, I mean, it's a great thing to be able to go out and experience something else of Nebraska. Go play the greens,
For sure.
So
No, I thought that was super cool amenity. I think you should flex it harder during the early season when you know it's not going to be cold, honestly, because when I walked up, I wanted to go, or when I drove up, I wanted to go play golf, like in the afternoons or something like that. But I want to go back to the pheasant hunting. Like, Logan, I want to hear you've never pheasant hunted before that, right? What was your overall experience of that? How'd you feel?
I felt great about it. One, because I got to bring my dog.
For sure.
And, you know, he's a lab that hadn't never pheasant hunted before. He had upland hunting, and it was it definitely was a different type of hunt. I think the way you guys manage that property and the fact that there are birds out there that are still wild, obviously you guys have to release a certain amount of birds. I think that's honestly insane for the experience, because to do that in the afternoons, to have that ability to add on, I was having a fantastic time. Never done it before. It's totally new experience. And I imagine a lot of guys that you guys get are first-time pheasant hunters.
Oh, yeah.
And so just the fact that, you know, the lab gets on them, they fly straight up in the air, and there's like a fiery line shooting at them. Or one where you're like off looking God knows where, and it's just you and the dog, and one flies up, and you've got to hit it. Or else everybody's going to be like, what was that? What was that?
That one with you yesterday, when you flushed that one, you were off by yourself.
No, it's honestly made all the difference in the world just to see you guys kind of add that on and understand that that's also a moneymaker for you. That makes the business more successful in general. So that's exciting.
Yeah, no, pheasant hunts are very special.
You got to catch them. How was that?
Oh, that was cool. Hunter actually let me go into his pen of cocks and catch them with a fishing net. And I tripled. I caught 3 at once. So that was super cool.
So depending on the client groups, if we have good bird numbers, we normally just kind of throw them out, once a week. But if we have slower bird numbers, we'll kick them out every day to make sure we have a healthy population of birds available to hunt. And we got to play some cock wrangling in the pen that night. But no, pheasants have been amazing. I mean, we shoot 20. We brought home 28. I think we shot 30. Total.
Shot 30, yeah.
And that was with 6 guys, 6 shooters. And in Nebraska, so we have a CSA, which allows us to harvest as many pheasants as we want. There's no limit, but in Nebraska, the actual state limit's 18. So if you think about that, we really tore them up pretty good.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I mean, pheasants have been ideal.
And I think too, just seeing Sam, it seems like he's kind of taken ownership.
Oh yeah.
Of that, and how does that make you feel as kind of the chief at this place, the CEO?
As a manager, as a CEO, it's really great to see your other co-owners and your employees stepping up.
Yeah.
Him and James Dakin, one of our pheasant. He's our other pheasant guy. He's got Willow, his dog. Them two have basically stepped up, and they put the team on their back for pheasants, and that's what you want to look for in the business. You want to see people who come out, they take advantage of what their strengths are, what the best thing they can do is, and you want to see people who come out, they're hungry. Sam wakes up every day and he goes, you know what? We shot 24 pheasants yesterday. Today I want 25. I mean, he's going. He's hungry. He wants to do more every single day to be able to capitalize for this company. I mean, you can't ask more than that, right?
Yeah.
If you got people who come out every day hungry to do better, there's nothing more you can ask for. And I couldn't be more proud of them both and happy they've taken over. And then on top of that, we can mention Platte and Willow.
For sure.
They are amazing. You guys saw them first.
They're a big chunk of the experience.
Yeah. I mean, you got to witness Platte. Platte is 13 months old.
Like a rocket.
Yeah, he's 13 months old.
Does not stop.
Whoa.
He's a
Okay,
machine.
he's a puppy.
Yeah, he's basically a puppy. Willow is 14 months old. You haven't seen her. You'll see her.
Is it a pointer or a lab?
She's a pointing lab. It's pretty cool. Yeah, she's a yellow lab, but she'll point. And what we have them run together is Platte will get on the scent. Willow will kind of cut him off and point, and then Platte will flush the bird. And so you get the point to know, all right, it's getting ready to flush, and then you guys can kind of encroach a little bit, and then Platte will flush the bird. Wow. So it's kind of a 1-2 combo. But no, both those dogs, Willow's 14 months, Platte's 13 months. They're young. But what you can do is you can credit Sam and Dakin. All summer long, we were buying chuckers and pheasants and releasing them. We were planting them. You'd put them in the ground so you knew exactly where they were, and you would go and flush them with the dog. And we would do that seriously almost every single day,
June, July, August into September before we ran clients. And then on top of that, bumper training and all of your, you know, basic obedience. And Sam worked with that dog and Dakin worked with that dog every single day they could. And it's paying off now. I mean,
For sure.
I would call him a professional. I really would. At 13 months old, I've had a lot of pheasant dogs in my life. I grew up pheasant hunting. Never seen a dog like Platte, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, Sam said that Platte had already flushed 600 birds.
He's probably flushed 600 birds since June 1st. Whoa. And since September 1st, he probably flushed about 120 before and probably 480 since September 1st.
Just for the clients, yeah. I mean, like, for me, and if anyone's listening to this and thinking they might book a pheasant hunt or doing it as an add-on even on their waterfowl hunt, I think for me, like, the killing's one thing, like we talk about. Like, that's awesome. Obviously, getting to shoot 28 pheasants is, you know, like you said, the limit would have been 18, but you got to shoot
28. Yeah.
28.
Yeah.
But I feel like 75% of the experience was getting to see Sam and Platte work together for me and getting to see that experience, because that was so cool. Like, seeing Platte, like, Sam knew exactly when Platte was going to flush that bird. And he taught us by the end of it. Like, I knew when Platte was going to flush that bird, and I was just taking pictures. And so that was that was super cool getting to see that. And then just the property itself was beautiful. I mean, absolutely breathtaking being up on top of those hills and just seeing the rolling hills before the sunset. It was awesome.
Yeah, I also wanted to point out the fact that there are wild quail out there.
Oh,
and like
yeah.
we killed one yesterday,
we
and
got
like
one,
we flushed a group of like almost 20,
Yeah.
like 16 or 20.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I wasn't expecting that. Like, you know, you said there's some out there, and like y'all hadn't really killed many, but like to see that happen, may have hit one, may have whiffed on one, I don't know, but it was just really fun. And I've only quail hunted in, you know, kind of like the CSA, so I think it's been really fun.
Yeah, and I think too, like Platte, man, when we were headed, when we got on the road that the property was on, all of a sudden Platte like started talking, dude. Like, he was howling.
It's almost like a walrus barking.
It was crazy. It was like he knew we were getting there, and then when we were done, he was whining like he was pissed that we stopped. I think all of us were exhausted, and we're just walking, and this dog is sprinting back and forth. He's like, there's a line of people that's 30, 40 yards long working through this field. This dog is zigzagging constantly and doesn't whine, doesn't do anything like that. Like, is ready to keep
You remember
going.
it would have been when y'all flushed like those 10 out of that valley, and while we were looking for him and Sam had him healed, he was jumping and barking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was 2 miles, 2.85 miles into that walk for us. You could imagine zigzagging all that, how much he'd done. He didn't care. He was pissed. He was like, let's go on.
Let's keep moving.
I mean, when we put him in the truck at the end of the day, he was just still rearing and ready to go. I mean, that dog literally has no quit in him. It's amazing.
Definitely. Labs are the best. Personally biased, but I mean, he seems like you got two good ones, so.
We do. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun with pheasants. I mean, you can't ask him to do any better.
No, I think that was a great move. I know it was a gamble at first, you know, going and starting this, and it's an investment to start a CSA, and then spending time training, getting the birds for training, everything like that. But I think those two have done an awesome job. And I think, again, it takes leadership, though. Like, it goes down. And them seeing the effort that you put in to what you do, and then them seeing that opportunity for them to take ownership, being able to execute on that, I think it all worked out flawlessly. I mean, it's literally worked out as the most ideal way it could have.
Yeah, I couldn't be more proud of everybody. I mean, they're doing above and beyond everything right now. It's honestly impressive to say that we're running doubles right now, and it's hot as hell outside. We have like very limited fucking birds, and we're still having great hunts, great clients, and great times. I mean, you couldn't ask much more than your team to come together as one when times are like this.
Definitely. Well, guys, y'all got anything else to add?
No, come out here.
Please do.
Yeah, definitely come hunt here at Whiskey Slough's. Well, I guess we have a steak to go eat at the steakhouse here at Copper.
We got an election to watch.
An election to watch. And then also I'm excited to see kind of what the other group did on their pheasant. They're out there right now. I'm jealous they're out there.
Yeah, I can't imagine they had a bad time. I'll tell you that.
Definitely. So I'm excited to see what they do, and then we're going pheasant hunting again in the morning before we hit the road. But Hunter, it's been a great time. Thanks for having us out, man.
I believe so. It's been a great time. Glad you guys came.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching the GuideTech podcast. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and share it with anyone else. Subscribe, and we'll see you here next week on the GuideTech podcast.